Welcome to my tarot card reading for the month of October. Fire signs Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Aries, this is your reading. We have the Sun, we have the Knight of Wands, we have the Hermit, and we have the Seven of Swords representing Venus and Aquarius. Venus and Aquarius. Venus is a planet about harmony and balance, but it's also the planet of love and money. Aquarius is always looking evolution, progress. Therefore, is usually unsatisfied with the results obtained and wants something better. Therefore, this tarot card reading is announcing us unsatisfaction that is taking us into action, trying to find balance and harmony in our lives. Be it in a relationship or money-wise. It could be that money-wise we are unsatisfied and we want something new, something different. We're not happy with what we want. And if it is a relationship, the same story applies. And when I'm talking about relationship, I'm not only talking about love affairs, but considering that it's Venus, highly probable, 99% of the time, is related with love life. Now, the Sun, we have here, it's the Sun that for me, it represents Trimurti, the Trinity of the Hindu system. Brahma, Krishna, and Shiva is upside down. Shiva, the destroyer, which I don't like to call him the destroyer, but the recycler or something different, because he's bringing something to an end in order to bring something new. And here, that's what the tarot cards are talking about. Things that are going to come to an end related with being not satisfied with what we currently have, Aries. Now, we have here Saint Anthony of Egypt, the Hermit. Notice that it's upside down. So it's letting us know that there is a soul search going on here. An introspection from your part, my dear Aries. And then we have the Knight of Wands that is letting us know that there is an impulsive urge, a reaction of doing something without thinking. And to top it off, you don't have a lot of experience in that aspect, for that matter. So what the tarot cards are saying for you, my dear Aries, is very simple. There's going to be changes that are going to be triggered by you due to not being happy or satisfied with what you currently have, be it money-wise, financially, economically, labor-related, or love life. And you want to find that balance and that harmony in life, and then you're feeling that what you have right now is not good enough. You want something better. Okay? The thing is that you're going to be acting in a very impulsive way, without thinking, without rationalizing, and like I said before, is going to be a new adventure in an area that you don't have a lot of expertise. And that's what we have for you, my dear Aries. Now, let's see how all this interacts according to your rising sign. And that's coming soon. Welcome to my tarot card reading for the month of October. Fire signs Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Leo, this is your reading. We have issue, we have the Strength, we have the Nine of Coins, and the Seven of Wands with Mars and Leo. Mars and Leo. Mars, the planet of war, impulsiveness, action, being assertive, etc., etc. And then Leo, which is a fixed sign, your sign, that doesn't like changes. But then we have a very interesting dynamic where we have this desire of finding something that is steady, reliable, that make us feel, identify with who we are and what we want in life. So in other words, you are looking for something kind of better, like Aries, But in your case, it seems like you have the experience, you have the desire, you have the strength to deal with it. We have Eshu announcing changes. New doors are opening for you, my dear Leo. That's what we have for October 2014, my dear Leo. Now, we have the Nine of Coins. The Nine of Coins is about the loaf of breads and the fishes that were multiplied by Jesus to feed a huge crowd. Notice that it's upside down. This is being denied. Therefore, we're talking about austerity. We're talking about things that are withering. Things are not growing as expected. Therefore, the energy of Mars and Leo is pushing you into action to do something about it, to try to open doors for you. Or we could say the other way around. We could say that life, the universe, the cosmos, or God, or whatever it is that you want to call it, is opening the doors for you in order to solve this problem and this situation of austerity. And that could mean many things. It could mean that you're willing to move out of where you are, the house, the region, the province, the state, the country, whatever it is, because you're looking to solve this situation of austerity. Okay, that's what the tarot cards are announcing for you, my dear Leo, for October 2014. If you're wondering about your rising sign, that's what is coming next at the end of the video. Welcome to my tarot card reading for the month of October. Fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this is your reading. We have Iku, the Nine of Swords. We have the Ten of Cups, and we have the Three of Swords representing Uranus and Libra. And it's very interesting that we have two swords. So we're talking about a lot of thinking, a lot of mental process, brooding. That kind of energy is going to be the order of the day for you Sagittarius in the month of October. We have the Ten of Cups. Therefore, is emphasizing the story of the Bible where Jesus told the disciples that to let the child, the kids, to come near to him, to be, you know, accepted, whatever you want to call it. Thing is that this is the kind of story that we have here. Therefore, we are seeing here something related with family, group. Therefore, the emphasis here is mainly family, the nucleus of our family, that some way, somehow is going to be affected. It could be in a very surprising way, Uranus, Libra, relationships. But remember that relationships is not exclusively of a love life or family. Is a you and you, how you interact with other people. And then we're seeing that there is a dynamic here, highly probable family oriented, because of the Ten of Cups. Now, we have here the Nine of Swords that is letting us know in a very obvious way that there's a lot of suffering, being worried about, dead worried about something or someone close. So it's a relationship that in some way, somehow is going to affect us. Now, when we look at Iku, we have three different meanings. First, Iku symbolizing death in a very symbolical way. So something is going to come to an end and is going to strike us in a very surprising way. So we're going to start expecting changes in our nucleus of family. Could be also nucleus of friends, close relatives, along that line. The thing is that there's going to be that sudden change. That sudden change could be related with being not satisfied with the relationship, and you decide to end it up. There's a lot of suffering, and you decide to end up the relationship, end up the job, end up your marriage, whatever it is a relationship that you might decide to come to to bring it to an end because you've been suffering a lot, or a relationship that ends that brings you the suffering. Okay, it could be along that line. Now, the second way of making the interpretation of iku is real death, which means that highly probable. It could mean that someone that you know, someone that you love, someone that is close to you dies, and that's why you see all this suffering, a change that takes you by surprise. And at the end, the third way of making the interpretation of iku is an ancestor. It could be someone that lived and died 1 day ago, an hour ago, or 1,000, 3,000 years ago. It's someone from our family, our ancestors. And this person might be announcing that change because he is the one behind all these changes, bringing those changes, or simply he's letting you know that the change is coming, so you could be prepared, because you're a mutable sign, so you could be prepared and adapt to the circumstances. Okay, and that's for you, Sagittarius, October 2014. And now let's go to the rising sign. Welcome to my tarot card reading for the month of October. Fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And this is the reading for your rising sign. Remember that if you're Aries, you're a cardinal sign. If you're Leo, you are a fixed sign. And if you are Sagittarius, you're mutable. Fire signs, they are all about actions. Cardinal signs are kind of impetuous. The impetuosity is the order of the day. They are driven into act and react. Fixed signs are more into keeping the status quo. They don't want the change. Even if they have to act, they rather keep it as it is. And then mutable signs, they are adaptable to the circumstances. But fire signs are all about acting, reacting, and being assertive. Now, if your rising sign is Aries, my dear fire signs, we have here an independence. You're breaking from whatever it is. It could be from a social club, a social group, a family, a relationship, a job. Whatever was your circumstances according to the tarot card reading, you are going to react by breaking up or breaking off from a situation. Okay? If you're a Leo, it means that you might decide to move away from house, whatever it is. If you're an Aries, you decide to, impulsiveness is related with becoming independent. And if you're a Sagittarius, that relationship, it means that you end up the relationship or the person ends up the relationship. If you're a Taurus, my dear Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, the tarot cards are saying that what you're going to do, you rather keep that as a secret. Okay? You're going to hold up your suffering as your Sagittarius. You're not going to communicate what you're going through. If you are a Leo, whatever you're planning, you're not going to tell anyone at the moment. You're just going to keep it quiet for a while to see how it plays. If you are an Aries, then it means that you are going to act, but in a very secretive way. You're going to keep it as a secret. If you are a rising signs in Gemini, then what it says is that all of you will grow tired of the same, of the routine, and you're going to go forward into a different direction in life. If your rising sign, my dear Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, is Cancer, you're going to be a wreck. You're going to feel that the whole world has collapsed. And if you're in Aries, doesn't sound very smart, but all this is going to push you into acting. Two cardinal signs together, so you're going to act but it's going to be driven by the emotions that are going to take over, the fear. If your rising sign is Leo, I mean, if your rising sign is Cancer, you're also going to be a wreck. A lot of emotions, turmoil. But in this case, you still have the strength to deal with it, okay? You will have the strength to deal with it. But you're going to feel a total wreck, and I wouldn't be surprised if you decide to isolate for a while. If your rising sign, Sagittarius, is Cancer, it means that all this situation, all this suffering finally get into your nerves, and you feel like everything crumbles before your eyes, or you crumble before everyone's eyes. If your rising sign, my dear fire signs, is Leo, the tarot cards are saying that you're going to leave behind something to go back to the same, if it makes sense what I'm trying to say. So you were in a relationship that it was victimizing you, that it was domestic violence, let me go drastic. It means that you're probably going to leave behind that relationship to enter to a very same situation. If you're a Leo and you want to get rid of that austerity, you might trade oranges with bottles. In other words, you're going to end up in the very same situation. So if I were you, I would think about it. And if you are in Aries, what it means is that that impulsiveness and that insatisfaction that you have is going to take you to the very same situation that you left behind, or you want to change. If your rising sign is Virgo, my dear Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, what we have is that you're going to be looking desperately for help, but you won't be able to see the exit or the door open, even if it is right before your eyes. My best advice, then relax, try to think clearly, meditate, do yoga, whatever it is, so you can see the exit to the situation. If your rising sign is Libra, my dear Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, you will be socializing, you will be celebrating. What you're going to be celebrating with friends and close people, that's to be seen, but you might be celebrating the divorce or the breakup or whatever is going to happen. If you are a Leo, you're going to be celebrating your achievement. And if you are an Aries, you're going to be celebrating the luck that you have of being impulsive and reacting to the situation. If your rising sign is a Scorpio, what the tarot cards are saying is obviously something is going to come to an end because you did it or life did it. The thing is that Scorpio, if your rising sign is Scorpio, is letting us know that a new stage, something new, a new adventure is going to start for you anytime soon. If your rising sign, my dear Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius is Sagittarius, what we're going to see is all this dynamic that you're going through is going to force you into an introspective state. You're going to be analyzing many things. If you're in a relationship that is useless and is making you suffer, you're going to think about it. All this austerity that you're going through, my dear Leo, is going to make you think. The same goes with you, Aries. All this insatisfaction and this desire finding balance and harmony is going to make you think. But there's a catch. You realize that in order to get out of this situation, you must sacrifice something. Are you willing to do that? That's up to you. If your rising sign is Capricorn, my dear Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, what we have is things get out of hand, get out of control. So this situation that you don't like is going to turn out to be even worse, and that is going to force you to act, to react, to jump into action without thinking. The same thing with Leo. If your rising sign is Capricorn, what is going to happen is that this austerity, these budget cuts are going to get more arid, rigid, and obviously things get out of hand. And that's probably why you decide to start looking for something. If your rising sign Sagittarius is Capricorn, you are definitely going to see that things probably going to get worse, get out of control, get out of hand, and you're going to start seeing that dynamic. If your rising sign, my dear Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, my dear fire signs, is Aquarius, what is letting us know that you're going to look out. You're going to have luck. Things are going to work out for you. You're going to find what you're looking for, but there's always a price to it. Okay? If your rising sign is Pisces, my dear fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, is letting us know that there is going to be some kind of failure behind all this, what you're going to do. So my best advice, think twice or even more before you react, my dear Aries. Before you run to start looking for something better, my dear Leo, think twice. And my dear Sagittarius, before you react to the situation, before you start adapting to the end result, please think before you do something, before you act. Because the tarot card is saying that highly probable there's going to be a certain degree of failure in the actions that are going to be taken by you during October 2014. And that's the reading, Fire Signs, October 2014.